Hi everyone, this is Penny from Wacko Witch Astrology, here today to tell you about the sign Aries. Aries is stereotyped as being selfish, inconsiderate of others, and all of that kind of nasty stuff, overly aggressive, all of that. But here we are going to break down the behaviors of Aries, why they act the way that they do, and we're going to gain some social intelligence about Aries. We are going to find out their strengths and their weaknesses in love. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first strength I would say of Aries for when they are in a relationship is that they are intensely focused. Anytime they care about something, anything they're passionate about something, they gain that intensity. But on the negative side of that, their focus can become like a speeding car that has no brakes. They can end up just going, ramming into something without necessarily meaning to have caused that harm. So sometimes, even though they're so focused, they can come across as kind of clueless or oblivious as to what the other person in the relationship actually wants. So they get kind of that one-track mind that gets them stereotyped as being stubborn, as being inconsiderate, but really that's not what they're trying to do, because their second strength in love is that they are very dedicated to their partner. They want to give their partner the very best. They want to contribute everything that they possibly can. But like I said, they have that one-track mind. Sometimes they miss out on some subtle cues. And because of this intense fire that they feel for the other person, this level of dedication, this level of, I want to give you everything I possibly can, I want to put all of my focus and attention on you, their relationships can get pretty intense. So when they are in a relationship, one of the negative things is that they might not really focus on anything other than that relationship. For the relationship partner, it could become somewhat overwhelming, like, hey, Aries, get a life of your own. No offense, I love you, but go get a life. And for the other people in Aries' life, it might be kind of like, what, you're not even going to talk to me now that you're with someone? So that intense focus and dedication plays out in positive ways where they are contributing and trying to give their partner the best, but then also in negative ways where they end up missing out on subtle cues and end up missing out on other things in life. So when an Aries is in love and they're with someone, that person is their number one priority. And they want what is best for that person. But sometimes they end up just kind of somewhat arbitrarily deciding for themselves what is actually best for the other person without picking up on those subtle cues, without picking up on hints. Sometimes without really understanding what the other person wants. So they make that person their number one priority and they try to give that person the best. But on the negative side of that, because sometimes they miss these cues, Aries can end up coming across as being very controlling. And it's one of the things that people complain about when they're in a relationship with Aries. And again, for most Aries, that's not really the way they mean to be. It's just those strengths and those good intentions can end up coming out in negative ways and negative expressions, even when the Aries doesn't mean for it to be that way. So the next thing we are going to talk about is completely counterintuitive if you've read any other astrology books or anything like that. Aries is actually very generous. Aries wants to give the people they care about the best in life. But even though they're willing to give all these things and they want to give all of these things, they might still come across as seeming selfish because, again, they can a lot of times assume that they know what the other person wants. And they have a bad habit of ignoring feedback from others because, like I said, speeding vehicle, they just go until they crash into something and kaboom. Okay, so the next strength for Aries in love is that they want to be able to solve problems. They want to be a fixer of any problems that they and their relationship partner experience in life. They want to be able to fix everything. And they're going to dive right into it, and they're going to go and try to find that source of the problem and beat it down until they conquer. But despite this desire to conquer all of the problems, a lot of times they are unable to actually identify what the problem is. So for this reason, Aries really needs a partner who will speak to them and tell them, what are the problems? What are the things that are bothering me? What are the things that I'm upset about today? What things perhaps aren't working for me? Aries really needs a partner who speaks up and can be direct about things. So if Aries doesn't have this, one of the negative potential consequences is that Aries can end up trying to fix things the wrong way, or maybe even trying to fix the wrong thing. Like if Aries thought you were upset about your hair, and then they end up buying you a ton of hair products, and hair products are all over the place when you get home, and you didn't even know that they thought there was something wrong with your hair, and then you just have a new problem now because you're offended about your hair. So that's one example of how that can play out in a negative way. So the final thing is that Aries is very passionate. Aries likes the fire in a relationship. They like the intensity, but that also means that they're very high strung. They have very high expectations. And sometimes that means they can come across as being demanding. Sometimes it means they can come across as being insensitive. And again, sometimes it might even seem like they're ignoring the problems. But if they are ignoring the problems, as an Aries, it's most likely they just don't know what the problem actually is. So good direct communication is very important for your relationship with your Aries. So I hope that helped you out. I hope it gave you some good advice. Let me know in the comments below if you are an Aries, what you thought of this video. If you're dating an Aries, how spot on was I? How right was that? And if you want to contribute and see more videos, some of my exclusive content, you can check out my Patreon. If you want to just hang out and chat, I have a Penny Astrology group on Facebook. I also have a page on Facebook where I post fun graphics. It's called Whack-A-Witch Astrology. So go ahead and check the comments below for all of that information, as well as the link to my website, which I just got done editing and revamping and everything, so hopefully everything's working. We'll see at what point you end up actually pulling that up, but check and see if it's still under construction or not. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye.